Hello and welcome back to another reactive review. Thank you so much for being here. My name, as always, is Jmellor, and I don't know why I said as always. It's not like I'm on the run from the FBI. FBI, open up! I guess you wouldn't know. But you know who would know? The Milky Moo Man. And you're probably seeing that there's a lot of free space all around here today, and that's because he is not here. The reason he's not here is because Brisbane right now has just been put under lockdown. The padlock is done. We are not allowed to leave our homes. Shit is getting real for me again. I miss him. I'm not gonna lie. I miss him. And being alone in this house, hello? No one here. It makes me feel alone and that I'm never gonna feel the touch of another human being again. And if you miss the Milky Moo Man, by the way, make sure to leave a like and show some love to him, because I'm sure he is by himself in his house as well. Now, this is still influenced by influences, but it's the influences of the past. So I'm a huge fan of the 1950s, 1960s. I love that people wear suits all the time. I love the aesthetic, but I've come to realize over time that that really is the only thing that I really appreciate about it. It was a messed up time. So let's get messed up together. That's what we're going to be doing today. Now, let's not just delay this any further. You know, hit all those buttons down below if you want. Doesn't really bother me. It actually does it. It means a huge deal. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. So, this first video is called Let's Make a Sandwich, 1950, a classic educational film. Now, me personally, I don't want to say that I'm a god. I've been making sandwiches since I was about 7 years old. So, let's just dive in and see what kind of sandwiches they're making and how we make a sandwich in the 1950s.
Boom.
Let's make a sandwich. Let's do it.
The sandwich is practically an American institution. It is a basic essential for lunch boxes, parties, and picnics.
Is it just me, or are they eating burgers and hot dogs and not sandwiches? Because I would not classify a hot dog or a burger. Would I classify a burger as a sandwich? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't classify a burger as a sandwich. I don't know what classifies a sandwich. It just has to be bread and a substance in between two slices of bread. Oh my god, are burgers actually sandwiches? Alright, what makes a sandwich? Let me know down below. Also, why are they eating and drinking so quickly? They're trying to waterboard themselves with Coke. It's like they got starved for weeks before they made this video.
As far as these boys are concerned, well, hamburgers and hot dogs are their idea of a
it is
really
hamburgers and
good
hot dogs.
meal.
Okay.
But there are sandwiches and sandwiches. When Sally Gasco and her mother bring guests home for a late snack after a movie,
Okay.
they have something special in the way of a sandwich in mind.
Alright, late snack. Cool.
Sally calls it tuna rarebit. Let's watch how she makes it.
What's it actually called?
This is a sandwich for forks, an open face creation, in other words, with a cheese, milk, and tuna fish mixture on top. The basis will be rye bread, Mother's idea. She found that the spicy caraway flavor made a good contrast to the bland fish and cheese. Sally puts a cube,
Why
about a square
is there
inch.
butter being used for this sandwich? The butter should be spread onto the bread, not put into a huge chunk. This is why people are having so many heart attacks. They grew up on a diet of butter and milk.
Of butter into the top of a double boiler. A little butter finds its way into a great many dishes in this kitchen, not only for flavor, but as a blending agent.
Yeah, that's why everybody's cholesterol's off the roof. I miss Brandon, you know. I miss the Milky Moo Man. He brings the positivity into the videos, because it's just, when it's just me, I get so annoyed. I get so annoyed with people being stupid using this much butter.
Part of the trick to entertaining unexpected guests is keeping on hand certain generally useful foods.
What, so these guests didn't even get invited. They've just rocked up in the middle of the night demanding sandwiches. And they went, yep, no worries. Women, into the kitchen.
Okay.
You know, I've never been made a sandwich by any woman that isn't related to me. And I'm not offended by that at all. You know why? Because a sandwich is the easiest thing in the world to make. I want to be in a relationship where they bring something that I can't do to the table. I can make sandwiches. I can cook the shit out of fish. Change a tire? I don't know how to do that. If a woman came in and was like, hey, you got a flat, can I help you out? Yeah, knock yourself out. That right there, that's sexy.
One of these is cheese of an easy melting type, which Sally is going to use as a base for the rarebit. To speed the melting, she cuts this into slices in the milk and butter mixture, while Mother butters the bread. The simmer flame keeps the water boiling gently while the cheese is melting,
Okay.
so that Sally can go on to other tasks. She adds
I could have
the
made
canned
a tray of
chunk-style tuna
sandwiches
fish,
by now.
and notice that she uses a wooden spoon to avoid discoloration of the mixture.
Yes, I did notice that.
Although the tuna rarebit is fairly substantial food in itself, it is a good idea to add something for variation in color and texture. Mother is making a salad dish: celery, radishes, olives, and pickles.
These are for unexpected guests that have just rocked up to the house. They're lucky that they get let in.
Sally adds potato chips to the menu. They used to be exclusively picnic fare.
They
but
did.
joined
I
the
actually
host of
remember
youth-
that. I remember when I was a kid, they were exclusively picnic food. I actually had a little brother. I remember one day he had them, and it wasn't a picnic event. It was actually classified as a barbecue. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I visit him every Christmas at the funeral home.
Well, accessory foods which make entertaining so much easier and more fun for teenagers. The bread was toasted quickly in the broiler.
Didn't
and the
feel
rarebit
quickly
is
at
nearly
all.
ready to serve.
Did not feel quickly.
Let's see. What will be the beverage? Mother thinks she'll give the guests a choice of Coke or milk. When you can offer guests a choice easily, it's a gracious gesture.
Yes, that's the choice that I want. Hi, welcome to my lovely home. You can either have a lovely fresh glass of Coke with our sandwich, or you can have some milk. Milk seems to be just the pinnacle of 1950s life. Hey, welcome to my home. You can either have this shot of tequila or some milk. You can have a sandwich or some milk. Everybody must have extremely good bones. Nothing can be broken in the 1950s. Unless you're not a straight white male, then, you know, your spirit can obviously be broken. But don't worry, we're gonna get to the ridiculousness in our next video.
Now it's time to serve. 2 slices of toast are neatly arranged on each plate, and the filling, or perhaps we should say covering, goes on top.
I would say covering.
Sally knows you should serve cream dishes with extra caution. An effective carelessness here is no asset.
You end up like my brother
Mother
Billy.
is a great believer in the aesthetic value of parsley, and of course it's good to eat, too. Now a touch of Tabasco for color and a taste surprise, and there's tuna rarebit a la
Is
Sally
that
Gale.
Tabasco?
As we said, there are sandwiches and sandwiches. A wise young homemaker using good techniques. And
He's not
equipment
this
is a little
kid. This kid isn't even the big kid on the right. He's not even chewing. He's like taking a bite and just drowning himself. It's like they've said you have 20 seconds to eat this, or his father's just really strict and, you know, brought him up in a hot dog competition eating household. He is downing it. Just have a look. Well, that was an extremely depressing film. Firstly, I could make a sandwich so quick. I've actually made one. You can check out, I'll link it below, my Dude Perfect platter. Next video, as promised, is about a story of a man who loves another man. So let's just dive on in. Boys, beware. So the police department helped make this film. I like that they're like little movies, you know? I really like to drag things out. It leaves a bit of mystery, you know? Alright, so he's in a car, he's driving away. Yep.
I'm Lieutenant Williams, a police officer attached to the Juvenile Division. I'm on my way to Monroe Junior High School to talk to a group of young people.
Okay.
That looks innocent enough, doesn't it?
Nope.
Lots of young people hitchhike. Seems like a good way to get from one place to another. But sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye.
What kid in this day and age would just hop into a car? Did the 50s ruin it for the rest of us? Or has it always been weird?
Let's take the case of Jimmy Barnes. Jimmy played baseball all afternoon, and he didn't feel like walking home, so he decided to thumb a ride.
He's about to get a thumb in another way. That felt wrong. That felt wrong to say.
He'd done it 100 times before, and he didn't think anything was unusual when the driver struck up a friendly conversation.
There's nothing wrong
In
with
fact,
that.
He seemed like a real nice guy. He asked Jimmy if he played baseball in the park often.
No. Oh, wait. He said often.
They practiced 3 times a week and played a rival group on Friday afternoon. The stranger was a good listener, too, and it only seemed minutes before they pulled up in front of Jimmy's house.
Well, if Jimmy's walking home, it must be minutes, because he's not walking for hours to get home.
The stranger gave him a friendly pat. Then he told him he'd...
Okay, I'm just gonna stop it right there. Look at that dude's face. Clearly, this video is meant to be an educational video about homosexuals. I'm telling you right now, that dude is a pedophile. This video is not about being gay. Whoever's making this video is clearly confused about the difference between being gay and the love between a man and another man, and they're consensually making passionate love. Compared to a clearly like 40-year-old man who's balding, who wants to get down with, this kid looks like 15, maybe 16 at a push. This isn't a video about homosexuality, ladies and gentlemen. This is a video about pedophilia.
See him again, as he always drove by the park on his way home.
And that mustache is creepy enough. I mean, should I shave my mustache? On one hand, I enjoy the masculinity of it all. You know, I can't change a tire. I'm not good with cars. I'm not good with building things with my hands. I'm good at other things with my hands, though, if you know what I mean. Cooking. I'm good at cooking with my hands. But let's get back to the video.
Sure enough, the following day when Jimmy finished playing ball, well, the man was there waiting.
That's not normal. Even if you're, like, hitching a ride. You know, I picked you up. I'm just a stranger who picked you up one time. How about you just hop into my car? Excuse me, may I? Why were you waiting for me? That big mistake number 1. And they think this video is about being gay.
They stopped at a drive-in and the stranger treated him to a Coke. During their conversation, he told several off-color jokes, but Jimmy had heard others before, and, well, it made him feel big to so easily win the... The following Saturday, they went fishing together. By now, they were using first names. Ralph said it was more friendly. Jimmy hadn't enjoyed himself so much in a long time. Then during lunch, Ralph showed him some pornographic pictures. Jimmy knew he shouldn't be interested, but, well, he was curious.
Alright, I'm just gonna have to stop it right here, because I'm worried that people are gonna misunderstand my stance on this all. I just want to be perfectly clear. I'm cool with everything. I don't even look at things as being gay and straight and bisexual. Like, a lot of people think there's 3 categories. I look at it more of as a spectrum. When I have kids, all I care about is that whoever you're with, you show mutual respect for, and you're, like, nice and kind to people.
What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick. A sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious. A sickness of the mind. You see, Ralph was a homosexual. A person who demands an intimate...
Demands it. If you love another man, you don't want it. You demand it.
But by now, Jimmy felt a fondness for Ralph, and they continued to go places together. Ralph was generous and took Jimmy many interesting places and did many nice things for him. He bought presents and even gave him money, but payments were expected in return. You see, Jimmy hadn't recognized Ralph's approach soon enough. When Ralph first asked Jimmy to go fishing alone, he should have discussed it with his parents or teacher.
What? Where do his parents think he is right now? I mean, it's kind of his parents' fault. Point is, his parents should know where he is.
Finally, Jimmy told his parents, and they reported it to the juvenile authorities.
Good.
Ralph was arrested. And
What?
Jimmy was released on probation in the custody of his parents.
Whoa! What do you mean it was released on probation? He, like, nearly got molested, which isn't a funny thing. He nearly got molested, genuinely. And they're like, alright, we'll let you off on a warning for nearly getting touched by an older man who's, like, in his 50s or 60s. It's hard to tell because he's balding, and that could be anywhere from 30 to 70. He's taking him on fishing trips into hotels. Well, that was probably the weirdest video I have ever seen in my life. It had twists, it had turns, it had clearly pedophiles. Alright, let's go on to the last video. I was going to do 5, but I think 3 is all I can handle today, because that took a really hard right turn. So this third video that I have today is the dating do's and don'ts. 1949, but let's just round up to the 50s.
Yes, Mom, I've got it.
Alright, opening the mail. Pretty harmless. Oh, something dropped out. High Teen Carnival.
Oh, yes, the ticket he told me about. Well, let's see what he has to say.
Okay.
Here's the latest on my broken ankle. Doc says I'll be all right, only I have to stay off my feet for a week or so. Anyway, here's the ticket for the High Teen Carnival. It's too late to turn it in, so you have yourself a time and tell me all about it.
Can this kid read? He's about 15, maybe? Is he challenged? You know? Who reads like that? Hello, friend. Welcome to this book. This letter.
One couple. That means a date. Not like just going around with the crowd. Just me and the girl. Well, that's all right. Only, what girl?
This just takes me back to the Lonely Island, I'm on a boat scene. Just, now who should I take? Jerry. And, T-Pain.
Oh shit! Get your towels ready, it's about to go down!
Do you choose a date?
Interesting. How
Whose
do
company
you
would you enjoy?
choose a date?
Well, one thing you can consider is looks. Woody thought of Janice and how good-looking she was.
Right.
He'd really have to rate to date somebody like her. Yes, he'd enjoy that. Except, well, it's too bad Janice always acts so superior and bored. She'd make a fellow feel awkward and inferior.
Yes, she is so intimidating. You know, she can probably read better than you as well.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get...
Well, perhaps someone who doesn't feel superior. There's Betty. And yet, it just doesn't seem as if she'd be much fun. What about Anne? She knows how to have a good time, and how to make the fellow with her relax, have fun too.
What, by devouring that cotton candy? God, he may as well date the Cookie Monster.
Yes, that's what a boy likes. He wants to know he's appreciated. Anne would be fun on a date.
Okay, that's fair.
So Woody decided he'd ask Anne for this first date.
Also, does the girl get a say in these situations, or... I guess not. I guess not. It's, you know, she'd be lucky to have a man with an almost monobrow who can't read. You know, good on him. Power. Next they'll be saying, like, you know, be lucky to have someone with a mustache. Ladies. One at a time.
And what if she refused? No, it won't be easy asking for that first date.
Okay, that's fair. She can refuse.
Well, Woody, hi.
Hi, Ed.
What you doing?
Just thinking.
Don't work too hard.
Ed, is this private?
No, stick around if you like.
Well, hello, Edward. I thought I heard you come in.
Hi, Mom. What's for supper?
Oh, Mom, is it all right with you if I have a date Saturday night?
Well, of course, you generally go out on Saturdays.
Hello. May I speak to Mary, please?
But, Mom, this is different. A date. Well, I haven't asked her yet.
Don't
but
be
I'd like
telling
to
your
take
life
a date
story
to
to
the
your mum.
19 Carnival.
Alright, you
Oh,
haven't even got
Anne's
the
a
date
nice
yet,
girl,
friend.
but a date? Well, you're rather young.
Oh, Mom, give him a break.
If he didn't mention anything, she wouldn't even know. Alright, here's a little tip for you people who haven't dated before, or it's been a while. It is easy, because she's either into you, or she ain't. Sorry to break it to you, but you ask her out, if she's into you, she'll say yes. If she's not into you, she'll say no.
What to talk about?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, don't worry about that. Just be your natural, talkative old self. Come on, let's see what's for supper.
Wait a second. Oh, Mom, is the floor dry yet?
Yes, you can come in.
Just do it. Do it, mate. We all know the ending. She's gonna say yes. It'll be super awkward for this video and super bad for kids' libido.
Hello, Mrs. Davis. This is Woody. Alan Woodruff. May I speak to Ann?
How do you ask for a date?
Easy. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Let's call her Jill. Hey, how you doing, Jill? Yeah, good. How's your day been? Good, you do a bit of light talking at first, yeah? Oh, yep. Listen, listening's important. She'll probably, if she's into you, she'll ask how you are. Yeah, I'm good as well, yep. You make a joke maybe. Yeah, working hard or hardly working. Then she hangs up because that's the worst joke you could ever put on. Boom. So then what you do, you dial Susan. And you don't make that joke. Blah, 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 blah. You do the joke. Anyway, you up to much Friday night? You're not? How about this? Would you be interested in going to a movie and then having some dinner afterwards? You would? That's incredible.
What about this?
Ann? Well, how about a date? Well,
really? No thanks, Woody.
Oh, shit.
Well, suppose he did it this way.
Ann? What you doing Saturday night?
Well, I guess I'm busy.
Oh, yeah? Any chance of giving him the brush off for me?
Well, of all the nerve.
Well, is there another way?
Ann? This is Woody. Well, I have a ticket for the High Teen Carnival Saturday, and, well, would you like to go?
Why, yes, Woody. I'll have to talk to my folks about it, but I think I can go. That'll be fun.
Alright, I'm going to be honest, that does sound like the best way to put it. And you know what? I can't deal with this video anymore, so I'm going to end it right here. So, tell me, what did you think of those videos? Did they make you enjoy the 50s more? And if they did, go look at yourself in a mirror and take a cold, hard look at yourself. So, my nostalgia for the 50s is, I believe, purely aesthetic now. But what did you think? Tell me all of your thoughts down below in the comments, and if you missed the Milky Moo Man, put him down below in the comments as well. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, enjoy yourself. Hi, Mrs. Susan. What's that? You want to see me Friday night as well? I'll be done about 9 if that's not too late. That does work. It'll give you plenty of time to make the sandwiches? No, a glass of milk will be fine, thank you. Okay. Your dad wants to talk to me as well. Hey, how we doing, Mr. Susan? I forgot the name.